Welcome to channel at 2:47 a.m. on October 21st, 2025. Inside the Bryansk Air Defense Command bunker, an operator sips cold coffee and watches the S-400 radar sweep in its familiar green rhythm. The system has reported zero threats for 48 straight hours. They feel safe. 78 miles away, that routine is about to be erased. 3 Storm Shadow cruise missiles, each at 2,900 pounds tool devastation, streak through the night at 600 miles per hour. They're not accompanied by squadrons of fighters. Their escort is a swarm of 20 FPV drones, a cheap, disposable camera crew streaming a 4K ringside seat of an industrial apocalypse. Their target, the Bryansk chemical plant, the factory that produces 40% of Russia's rocket propellant, the heartbeat behind K-59 missiles and TOS-1A thermobaric launchers. This was a data-driven strike. Hours earlier, a Ukrainian recon drone had pulled thermal imagery from an American satellite feed and confirmed the plant's TOSA furnace was at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Peak production. The green light was given. The attack came from 3 directions. From the south, Su-24s released 2 Storm Shadows from 200 miles out. From the west, a heavy Akunu drone launched the 3rd missile about 50 miles away. These missiles didn't fly high or straight. They hugged the ground on terrain-following systems, skimming 100 to 200 feet above the tree line, terrain mapping like a self-driving car, keeping them below the radar horizon. From the east, a swarm of 20 low-cost FPV drones surged toward Russian air defenses, acting as sacrificial decoys. At 2:35 a.m., S-400 picked up a faint blip, not the missiles, but the noisy mass the attackers wanted, the FPV swarm. That signature was handed to the Panzer S-1, which responded with a volley of interceptor missiles. Expensive interceptors shredded cheap $5,000 drones. 5 of them destroyed, while burning through valuable Russian munitions. Debris rained into the Desna River, raising thick black smoke that would become a natural smoke screen for the real attack. Russian Su-35 scrambled to hunt the launch platforms. The Panzer crews, convinced they were facing multiple high-value threats, expended more interceptors. The 15 surviving FPV drones then activated a Kalman filtering-style trick, broadcasting manipulated radar signatures to mimic high-value cruise missiles. The Panzer's automatic threat prioritization misclassified the decoys as looming storm shadows. While the defenders chased ghosts, the 3 real missiles continued low and true. Moscow struck back electronically. At 2:45 a.m., a powerful EW system began jamming GPS across a wide area, trying to blind incoming munitions. When the Storm Shadows lost GPS, they didn't flounder. They switched to backup navigation, inertial systems plus digital scene matching. Like matching a live camera view to preloaded satellite imagery, each missile locked onto its assigned aim point with surgical accuracy, reportedly within 10 feet, even without GPS. As Russian fighters and EW hunted and jammed, the strike force played its final hand. MiG-29s, the launch platforms the defenders thought were simple escorts, released ADM-160 decoys and harms. Those systems mimicked friendly radar signatures and hunted the enemy radars and tracking sources themselves. The result? Su-35 pilots were lured away, radar locks broke, and a corridor of reduced defenses opened. At 2:50 a.m., the 3 Storm Shadows reached Bryansk. Each detonated in synchronized effect, a shaped charge punch through reinforced concrete, followed by the main warhead. The internal detonations turned factory halls into pressure cookers. 1 missile struck near the blazing furnace and ignited a catastrophic chain reaction. Propellant stores cooked off. MLRS assembly lines were annihilated. A toxic plume flowed into the Desna River, shutting down a 50-mile logistics corridor. Satellites registered a massive thermal anomaly. Local telegram channels filled with cell phone footage of the night sky aflame. Moscow's public response was silence. The damage, however, was concrete. An immediate 40% cut to a critical propellant pipeline, thousands of unusable artillery rounds, paralyzed rail links, and supply choke points. The strategic reverberations were swift. Analysts estimated the lost force redeployment of S-400 batteries to protect remaining